Huh.
Let me verify this once more.
I see no way. Date of crime.
On the date of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of off the victim's chest, or sorry, vest. Ah, yes! At last you finally brought it out into the open.
Snap. The traps shuts. Trap shuts. Your Honor, the prosecution requests that be the what? Oh, yeah. Okay, that's grammatical. Okay, that's grammatical. The prosecution requests that be immediately sent to the lab for analysis. This handprint on leather. There must have been a strong impact for it to be left so clearly. It could not have been forged. It must be authentic, conclusive evidence. So it is.
Hey, you're as slow as let's see, you're as slow on the uptake as ever, Wallaby.
What?
I think about it. Ruudo had all this time to present this evidence.
So?
Yet he was reluctant to do so. Why would that be?
You mean you already know? You know whose fingerprints are on that?
Mr. Wright, do you really know?
Who do the fingerprints belong to? Who's been the real murderer? Whose fingerprints are they?
But they're not.
Indeed. Very well. I'll tell you.
Should be okay now.
It should be okay now. Everything's proceeding as predicted.
Lucas being a chess master now.
The person whom these fingerprints belong to are...
Emma Sky.
Emma Sky?
What? They're mine?
I'm sorry, Emma.
But why? Why did you tell me?
You're really something, Wright. You knew this girl did it all along. And you still tried to pin the murder on me. No, it's true. Tragic but true. This girl really did show particular emotion to his death.
Hold it! How could you? You monster!
This guy!
You knew whose fingerprints those were all along, yet you acted like she really didn't.
Miss Guy, it's not over yet.
What?
I said this trial isn't over yet. Aye, but I'm afraid it is over, me boy. Not only this trial, but your career too.
Not yet, Gant. Not yet.
You purposely concealed this conclusive evidence. That, my friend, is a serious offense.
Like, friend, that would be a penalty, yeah? Even if it were the case. I don't think it necessarily would, warrant in a disbarment.
Looking forward to the pressing charges after the defendant is convicted.
Oh.
I'll have your badge, boy!
No, you won't. No, you won't, boy.
Aye, what's the matter? A cat got your tongue. Aren't you going to tell us how it feels?
You're so sadistic.
How it feels to be the one who single-handedly turned the poor little girl into a murderer. Before I do that, there's just one little thing I have to clear up. Oh, and what's that? Who really killed Prosecutor Neil Marshall? What? Chief Gaunt, you're absolutely right. This piece of cloth proves who the real murderer is. Who killed Neil Marshall, you ask? It was Emma's guy, wasn't it? I'm afraid that's not possible.
Okay, hello. There you go.
You
Just
see,
hung up for a second.
this piece of cloth contains a critical contradiction. What? A contradiction? What is this fool babbling about? I'm talking about a contradiction. One that proves who the real killer is.
Yep. Yep, buddy, yep. Yep. Yep, buddy, yep. Yep. Yep, buddy, yep.
What's the word? This piece of cloth! What could it possibly contradict? Chief Gaunt, your tyrannical reign ends here.
Piece of
Behold,
evidence that
the piece of
contradicts this
contradicts
evidence.
cloth.
That contradicts this cloth.
Okay.
Last picture has to be that, yeah? Right? Because
Okay, let's pause first. What do you think is wrong with it?
I can't pause anyway. But let's just assume that this is where we just cut this out. I think
The episode's almost over, by the way.
I know. I think I know it is. I think if it really was Emma who did it, there would be blood on it because of where it was.
Yep.
So
Yes, and we can see like a blood trail
Yeah.
on the victim's
Yeah.
chest.
and yet there is no
Present.
such thing. And yeah, present the blood.
By the way, I'm lagging like a hell of a lot now.
Okay. Well,
And what exactly is this supposed to be?
it's a lot of blood. Something that's suspiciously lacking from that fragment.
This is the picture Miss Sky took. Take a look at it.
Piece roll up.
Take a good look at it.
Look at us blood
See
gushing
where the piece
forth.
of his vest. Do you see the piece of his vest? Oh, do you see where the piece of his vest was cut out? Yes, it's sure showing underneath. It's hard to make with all the blood in his vest, though. Exactly my point. His chest is soaked with blood. That's only natural. His lungs, no doubt, were punctured. Blood poured out of his mouth. Oh, but that piece of blood!
Thank you for noticing.
Wait, there's no blood on it! Ah! Since Emma Sky's fingerprints are on this cloth, there is no doubt that she shoved the prosecutor aside. However, Mr. Marshall was not impaled on the sword. No, this is nonsense. Now then, Chief Gaunt, let me ask you something. Prosecutor Marshall was not impaled when he was shoved aside.
He most likely hit his head on the ground and was knocked out.
If so, then tell me, who could it have been?
Hmm.
Who could have arrived at the scene before Miss Sky? Picked up the unconscious prosecutor and impaled him on the armor's sword.
Exactly why your earlier confession was a critical mistake that you just made, you bastard. Though you were smart, confessing to lesser crime? No. Then to make it look like Emma was responsible for the prosecutor's death, said person proceeded to write her name on the jar with the victim's blood. Then he broke the jar on purpose to leave behind a clue. And make Lana believe her sister did it.
And remember what you admitted only moments ago? That you personally cut out this bloodless piece off the
Victim's
the
vest.
victim's vest?
Vest?
It's missing an F.
Okay,
It was missing an F.
okay,
It's just it said of, not of, not off.
okay. I see.
Let's see. Ironic, isn't it? Through the very act of creating insurance,
You ensured your own demise in the legal world.
you proved that you were the actual murderer.
That was funny.
It's finished.
You know what just happened?
What?
It cut out, but then it restarted again repeatedly, so it had the effect of just short-circuiting. That was nice.
That's hilarious.
Objection. What does I now get?
Uh,
What does I now?
gods?
Oh, that's... I know what's happening. Incoming seizure warning, everyone.
I know what's close, Raito. You almost had me.
Really? We're on the line of defense now?
I'm sorry, but you'll have to do better than that, me boy. I feel your allegations.
Really? Because you're looking kind of, tough. Toughed up.
Allegations.
Hmm.
You see, that piece of cloth is illegal evidence.
Fair point. If it were illegal, which is not, because evidence law is very clear on this matter.
What nonsense is this? Illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a suspect. I remember, Haji. Earlier, all right, so he'll conceal that piece of cloth.
And there's an angle, you could have said that he stole it from your safe, because that would kind of be more
Aye,
compelling.
so then, what's your excuse, Raito? You do have some conclusive evidence, don't you? Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I can present at this point in time.
Very smooth, right? Very smooth.
Well, that's true. If this did refuse to present evidence, at that moment, this piece of cloth ceased to be legal evidence.
But that's not fair!
Did you actually think that you could best me in court? It looks like the last laugh's on you, son.
Not quite. Not quite. I'm gonna throw the book at you. That's what I'm gonna do.
I'm afraid Mr. Guide's claim is legally correct. Well, Mr. Edgeworth?
True. Illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a person, assuming, of course, that the evidence is indeed illegal.
Well, Mr. Wright?
He knows. We've won this already.
It seems at last. The time for me to reveal my plan has finally arrived.
That's very dramatic. We're just pointing out evidence law says this and such. Oh.
Mr. Wright, do you admit to it? Did you purposely and illegally conceal this piece of cloth?
I
I
did
did not.
I did not. I almost accidentally pressed I did, but okay.
Without save states. Thanks, Emmy. Certainly, I refuse to present evidence at one point. So the evidence is illegal.
Objection at your face is ugly.
No, it isn't, Mr. Gaunt. Huh? You see, it's not that I didn't present evidence then. It's that I couldn't. What do you mean you couldn't? There are certain procedures involved with presenting evidence.
And the reason it's ugly is because you have an ugly heart.
No, Uchi! Don't listen to his lies! He's nothing but a coward! You can't let him!
Objection. There's only one issue left to be resolved in this trial. Is this evidence legal or not? Well,
Let us know this once and for all. Earlier, you refused to present evidence. If you can prove your conduct was not a violation of the law, do so now. Evidence law.
freaking read it. Read it.
This is my proof, Your Honor. Evidence law. What is this? I've done my homework too, Chief.
Inflate.
Indeed, Emma Sky's fingerprints were on this piece of cloth. However, At that point in time, this was merely a piece of cloth, nothing more. What? You see, it's written right here in this book. The second rule of evidence law.
Rule 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department.
I found this piece of evidence by myself, inside your safe.
Why are you reading Rule 1 though? Because it's Rule 2 that we pointed out.
It goes without saying, I did not have approval from the police department.
I guess that's why. Rule 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case in trial.
And here is the crux of the matter. You see, at the time it was impossible for me to prove the relevance between the cloth and the SL9 incident. What? What kind of nonsense is this? You want relevancy? Just take one look at this picture and...
Objezione. Shut your face.
Sorry, but can you recall when was that picture presented? That was shown only a few minutes ago. No.
He is right. At the beginning of today's trial, that piece of cloth was still meaningless.
The person who gave it value as evidence was you, Damon Gaunt.
You yourself confessed to a certain truth.
Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece off the victim's vest. That F again!
Nice.
Aye, yes! No!
It was then that you proved this cloth as conclusive evidence. Yes, you, the chief of police, personally proved this cloth, and with that, your fate is sealed.
The only person who could have cut this from the victim's vest is the one who stood before Prosecutor Marshall in his final moments. In other words, the real murderer. And there's only one person who that could be.
You!
Damon Gaunt!
The killer was you! I wanted this to be a combined moment. There you go. Season
Okay.
warning.
I knew I should have gotten rid of him.
That was fun.
That good-for-nothing scum. For 2 years, he's been snooping on the department trying to get something on me. Aye, crimes are being committed every day. He insisted on hounding me.
Well, your crime wasn't exactly petty.
Aye, he wanted to reinvestigate the case. He recruited Angel Star, then convinced Bruce Goodman. Detective Goodman? Aye, that's right. If I lose evidence, if the evidence is transferred, I'll lose out on my only chance to find out the truth. Please, you gotta help me. Goodman turned him down, as he ought to. Still, Jack Marshall didn't know when to quit.
He stole Goodman's ID card and tried to take the evidence.
Hey, Goodman came to me that day. He wanted to file a lost item report. I went with him to the evidence room. Then all of a sudden, he had to speak out. What are you talking about, Goodman? Can you please reopen the investigation, Chief? We can't transfer the evidence out. There are too many questions left unanswered.
He really was a good man, I guess.
He told me to open up the evidence room and take it out. It's not too late. I'll hand this to Marshall. Well, to be honest, I was a little panicked too. I had a bad feeling about it, but never knew it would come to this. That's when I saw it. That cast knife. I couldn't just pull it out.
You would only increase the amount of blood, and you couldn't finish what you started.
Aye, even so, the blood just poured out. I didn't know who might stumble in, so I was wiping it up. I was worrying so much about the fall, I didn't realize my mistake. Detective Gummy's bloody handprint. I used to be known as the crime computer. But everyone has to start somewhere, I guess. I was too nervous. I had no business doing any of it.
Then you put the body in my car.
I'm sorry. We couldn't think of any other way to move the body.
You're sorry after all of...
I can't cut your tongue, Worthy.
I will hold it for now. But you will use yours soon enough.
Aye. Continue?
Yeah.
Let's see. Aye. We broke the trunk, but what's the deal? What's the big deal? You pulled on a lot more than us detectives. What does this have to do with anything? You're horrible! How could you get Miss Guy involved in all of this? Aye. Well, she did have... Well, she had as much to lose as I did if the truth came out.
So you took the evidence from Detective Goodman's locker. Oh.
I feel bad for having to do it.
Oh, really? You do know?
I couldn't pick... I couldn't sit around and pick and choose what to take. Well... You left the jar fragment in gloves. It looks like I was better off being an investigator of crimes than a committer.
Why are you suddenly being so... melancholic now?
They all did their best to get in my way. I got to hand it to them. They did their jobs pretty well, much to my dismay.
Lason's grateful, Luce said at this point. Fake evidence doesn't hold up very well upon close examination. You must have known that.
Tell me, Worthy. What are you doing in court?
Me? What are you doing in court?
You despise criminals. I can feel it. You and me, we're the same. One day you'll understand. If you want to take them on alone, you'll figure out what's needed.
Screw you, you're the reason for justice rule, aren't you? You are the reason.
Looks like it's me time to say goodbye. Hi, Haji. What?
One thing though. We have yet to tie him to the murder of Goodman.
He just confessed to stabbing Goodman with a Joe Dark's knife. Remember?
Wait. Oh, okay. That I guess I'm starting to melt too much. I kind of missed that. I know that he was there in the evidence room, which is where he originally died. But I didn't. I guess it wasn't clear enough to me then. I don't know.
Like he said he saw Goodman's knife, and that he stabbed him, and he couldn't take out the knife. Otherwise,
Yeah.
blood would be pouring out.
Okay, right. Okay. I missed the connotation to Goodman. I thought that was back in SL9. Good job, me.
Okay.
I need to get out of this room soon. I think I'm starting to just... Okay.
Melt.
Yeah.
Let's see. Looks like we'll have to cancel that launch date. Sorry, old friend.
Well, that settles it then.
I'm sorry too, David God. I knew you used to be long ago. You were once a fine investigator and an example to others on the force. I'm sorry to learn that you are no longer that person.
That's rough.
Those days are long gone now, Oji. Thanks for the memories, though.
Turned a pretty crappy person.
Don't worry, you'll be fine.
Well, now this even happens.
Now you have Wright here. And Worthy. With these two around, you can't go wrong. You see, if I listen carefully, I can hear it now. The sounds of a new beginning.
Well, I guess you're not wrong.
There are two things I want to understand. That I want you to understand.
Yes.
First, your sister never hurt anyone. Second, Damon Gaunt betrayed you from the very beginning. You see, Miss Sky, you no longer have any reason to keep silent.
You're right. When this trial is over, I'll tell everything. All that I've done these past 2 years, from the time my Gant helped me forge evidence, up until today. Up until today.
So, it seems all the questions raised in this trial have been answered. I'm sorry, Miss Sky. I couldn't get you out of all your trouble.
My. What high standards you have for a rookie.
Huh?
I can see why Mia thought so highly of you. Who knows? A few years from now, you just might make it to the top. That was a weird frame right there. But I guess just getting all misty eyed. Oh, I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright.
Miss Sky.
And to you too, Mr. Edgeworth. Me? You've suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. Believe me, I know how much of an ordeal it's been for you. It was nothing. No worries whatsoever.
Liar.
I was worried the pressure might break you, and yet, you rose above it all, and guided Mr. Wright to victory. You've done well, Mr. Edgeworth. Stop it! I only did my job. What are you talking about?
A lot of this series. It seems a good self-examining is in order for all of us.
And she's getting all flustered and embarrassed.
That's cute.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to take compliments.
Miss Sky.
Yes, Your Honor.
You are innocent of murder. However, although the chief blackmailed you, the fact is you still acted as his accomplice. A trial will be scheduled for these crimes at a later date.
Yes, I understand, Your Honor.
Is there something amusing about all this? Or are you smiling?
It's been a long time, Your Honor. A long time since I've felt free of these heavy chains.
Well, this trial has gone on for too long already. Regarding the charge of murder, this court finds the defendant Miss Lana Sky.
Not guilty! Confetti! Nom 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 nom.
Look, I'm not confetti. No, Basil, this court is adjourned.
Huh. It's not done because it's the epilogue time, I guess. Huh. Felt like an
At
eternity.
long last, it's finally over.
Felt like a few months. Emma's sad.
Emma? Why the long face? I'm sorry your sister didn't get completely off the hook. But at least she wasn't convicted for a murder she didn't commit.
No, that's not it. Just now, after trial ended.
I can see why Mia Fey thought so highly of you. I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright. And to you too, Mr. Edgeworth. You've suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. You done well.
You know, I did my best to, but I didn't say a single word to me.
I'm not interrupting anything.
Sure you're not. Just Emma being well pity partying with herself.
Well, yes I am.
Again.
I'll come back later.
You should have become a psychic because you have an uncanny ability to ruin the moment.
Detective Movie, what is it? Right, you are doing this on purpose, aren't you? Making a detective run around while on duty? And to top it all up, you call me here. I should have your people at funerals.
This
Gummy,
gag
it's like
again?
the third time you've said that. Hey, lighten up, pals. I'm only kidding.
Oh, are you here because of my sister again?
Nope, not this time. I came today because of you, pal.
Me?
That's right. I thought you'd like to see someone.
Looking all fine.
Lana! Lana!
Should you be doing this? She's still under arrest, you know.
And his wasn't a detective.
Well, I won't tell if you won't.
Emma,
I guess
I owe you.
reinstated.
I owe you an apology.
It's okay, sis. Don't worry about it.
That day, 2 years ago. She's gonna apologize for thinking she did it. It was the first time in my life I ever panicked. It was all I could do to keep myself from screaming. All I could think about was keeping you from getting wrapped up in that mess.
Sis,
I asked Gan to help me cover up the truth. I thought I was doing it for your sake, but now I realize I was wrong. I changed after that day. Oopsies. I had to. It was the only way I could make it through the past 2 years. I had to. I knew how much I was hurting you by distancing myself, but I couldn't bring myself to tell you what I did. I was scared. Scared that you look at me with those eyes of yours. I was scared of how you'd react if you knew.
but sis, you're only doing it for me.
No.
Huh?
I turned my back on you that day. In hiding, where I believed to be the truth, I was deceiving you.
Sis.
I'm such a fool. It took me all this time to realize it. Emma, I'm so sorry.
Sis, you don't have to apologize. I'm happy now.
You're happy?
Of course. You know, sis, I always knew that one day you'd come back. And now you have.
Oh, Emma. Emma. Oh, huggy times.
No one can change the past. The only thing we can do is try to make up for our mistakes. Why must we wake up for our mistakes, you ask? Because in doing so, we can find a way back to our path. And once we found our path, we can move on from our past mistakes towards a brighter future.
Nice finish, Phoenix.
At least that's what I felt, looking at those two sisters make up.
Mr. Wright, Mr. Gumshoe.
Eh?
Thank you both for all that you've done. I'm sure we'll meet again someday. Isn't that right, Edgeworth?
Yeah, Edgy?
Wait, is this Naruto right now? Stop hiding and come over here. I thought it was a very good hiding spot. How did you find me?
Where was he hiding?
I just came to say, congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth.
Right, well, I'll be going now. I need to get a refund on that ninja lesson that I just had. Mr. Edgeworth, I hope you don't blame yourself for what happened. We were the ones who acted corruptly, not you. It's too late for me.
Huh?
No matter what anyone may say, I realized today that I can't change my mistakes.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Not only that, but I don't even trust myself anymore. Chief Gant was right.
You despise criminals. I can feel it. You and me, one are the same. One day you'll understand. If you want to take them on alone, you'll figure out what's needed.
I do despise criminals. I plan to dedicate my entire life to fighting them. But not to fight crime alone, and use a weapon. It's scary, but I've been thinking the same thing for quite some time now.
But Edgy.
Who knows? If enough time, I might have tried to pull something like Chief Gant did. The thought terrifies me. That's why I can't continue on as a prosecutor. Edgeworth, don't you understand? Demigant and your mentor, Manfred von Karma. We're both the best of the best when it came to fighting crime, but they both made the same mistake. You said in order to fight crime alone one needs a weapon. That may be right, but think back to today's trial. You weren't alone. You were working together with Mr. Wright. And because of that partnership, you were able to present evidence that otherwise would have gone undiscovered. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright?
Huh? What? Oh, yeah. What is this, pop quiz?
Come on, Mr. Wright. Show him what Lana's talking about.
Evidence? That neither Edgy nor I would have been able to find on our own? Oh, I know. Think about it, Emmy.
Yeah?
Let's see. Something that, let's see. So, something that Edgy had and, that
Brought to us?
forms as one.
Screwdriver?
No. Something that Edgy had and something that Wright had that became one.
Oh, yeah, right. I was thinking it. Where's the Ting evidence list?
That's the picture I drew.
Our counterattack began with this.
I almost forgot about that. Oh.
You had one half of the evidence list and I had the other.
Come to think of it, have we used the screwdriver even once?
It was either, let's see, remember the part where you did the parking stub? It was either just the parking stub or the screwdriver.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Curious. I don't recall the screwdriver ever being used in any context. We just got the evidence and it's been completely useless. That's interesting.
Remember when they asked us to how the body was transported?
Yeah?
The body was transported?
Yeah?
The correct answer was either the parking stub or the
Oh yeah, right.
You just chose the parking stub.
Oh, okay, that's why. I see. That's why.
Okay.
Right, forgot about that.
part, we wouldn't have been able to completely restore Emma's picture.
That didn't just happen by chance, Edgeworth. It's time for me to go.
Mr. Edgeworth.
If you'll excuse me, there are still some loose ends that need wrapping up. Take care, Chief Prosecutor. And Wright.
Edgy! What will you do now? Well, whatever you do, just remember. What happened in this trial can either make or break you as a prosecutor. In the end, it's up to you.
I know. It seems I owe you my thanks too, Wright. But what I face now is my problem. No matter how much I love you, this is not the time.
Wait, what? Emma, did you hear something?
I don't hear anything. What are you talking about?
Sorry, what was that, Edgy?
I'll be seeing you in court, perhaps.
Indeed. Alright, we'll see you in the next game.
Farewell. I better keep me getting back too.
Okay, I'll come visit you.
It seems we both still have a lot to learn. Here, there's a little something for you.
Scientific investigation?
It's the first
Where'd you
book
get
I ever
that?
bought. Study it well.
Thanks, sis. I will.
And so, another case came to close. As for the sisters, I have faith.
It's gonna be the longest episode of my channel, dang it.
Faith that their lives have only just begun.
No. And as for you,
As for me?
my friend,
I think it's time I started on a new journey of my own.
yeah, Larry, what you doing? That was interesting.
A
little
journey to really
sequence.
good for myself.
I didn't just.
Well, don't go tracking off just yet, pal.
Hi, Gummy.
Huh? What is this, Gummy?
We were just in the middle of this kind of reminiscing here, right? Why are you here again?
There's just a little matter to be resolved about the chief prosecutor. You see, Jin's supposed to be out of jail like this.
But
I thought you said it was okay. Yeah, well, maybe okay. With me, but the folks at the prison are a different story. Huh? Basically, I had to bribe a gardener to sneak around for 30 minutes. Believe me, it wasn't cheap either.
Corruption. How very nice.
way to go, detective. I didn't know you had a wild side.
Yeah, well, you see.
Ace Attorney, we detectives bribe the guards to allow prisoners to escape for a little while.
Well, this right here is the one who will be footing the bill. Huh? Huh?
I see where this is going.
What? You think I could afford that with my salary? You gotta be kidding me, pal.
Well, yeah, to be fair, your salary's like negative 500 now.
Huh?
Thank you, Mr. Wright. You're the best.
I suddenly feel like I want to scream. If we're all here, why don't we all go out together?
Yeah, that's a great idea. Come on, guys. Let's go.
Well, there we go. Objection! I can't even say it. Oh, I can. Never mind.
Okay.
Okay.
Ending.
Ending featuring Luminol, because why the heck not?
You mean a fingerprint?
I
reader,
arranged
right?
for a friend of mine in Europe to take care of. Yeah, I said wrong thing. She's a coroner. I think Emma would be pleased. As for me, this affair has pretty much ended my days in the prosecutor's office. Still, I'll manage to find my way back to the field somehow. Then, I'll be able to investigate crimes together with Emma. Speaking of, I kind of want to see Emma again. I don't think she appears in any other games, at least to my knowledge.
She appears again, but not in the original trilogy.
Okay. I'm not Emma, I mean Lana.
Lana?
Yeah, that's what I meant. I said the wrong name.
I thought I was a goner for a moment there. They overlooked my unauthorized investigation. If we penalize you anymore, it'd be worse than firing you. Yep, that's what they said. It just goes to show, you can't shake me off that easily.
Nice job.
Yeah, you
Use your
kind of
mouth
appear in the next game, so even though they wrote you like this they can't take you out. That's kind of the problem of like making a prequel or in between episode, I suppose.
Yep. Hi, Mikins.
Well, I'm just going to the main entrance to take care of Billy. Can't believe it. I went to put it to the security guard. My partner's keeping an eye on the entrance for me today. Oh, shut up, though! Suddenly I'm going to be a detective! Yes, sir! I can be just like that detective in control!
Best of luck with that. Yeah, that it was.
But, makes sense for his character, though, right?
Yep. Oh no, get away! I don't want to speak to you. Go away. Go away. Go away. Go away. Go. Just to burn up in hell. Please go. Go.
I'm pretty sure he's the guardian to hell.
Go. That's the scariest thing that's happened all game. I'm joking. Dorshes. Stuck, Okay, it is. Gone again. That's nice. Here we get Bambina back her smile. Can make sure Billy and the gang get their water.
Can make sure Billy and the gang get their water.
Okay, there you go. You got one line in. That's good.
Yep. Gosh dang your internet.
Looks like we won't be seeing each other for a while. As a farewell gift, I put a new meal on the menu. I didn't read that. The top layer tastes as bitter as defeat, but the bottom layer is as sweet as victory. Kid seems to take the turnabout seam. Is a hot seller these days. Just make sure not to eat it backwards. That would upset your tummy quite fiercely. Imagine that. Oh well. Brandon Gay. Interesting name. Really? There's something off for how many years? Well, anyway, I've got another trial to get to, so I better be. Huh? Oh no, I forgot my gavel. Sorry, I got to go. Where is it now? Oh, there's an eagle behind him, apparently. Cool. Welcome back. Wait. Welcome back.
It's still black and laggy as heck.
Okay. Well, just as well it happened at the very end. Alexander O something, does he? Nothing suits a soul like fresh country air. Still, sometimes I do miss Harry Nick and his objections. Still, I can't go back until I'm a full-fledged spare medium. Maya, afternoon training's about to begin. Coming! Well, see you around, Nick. Apparently we're here now. Even though you said like, okay, cool. This passing.
Let's pretend it was like a journalist or something. We'll just pretend it's a lot of art.
Maybe, who knows? I guess. Coming! Okay, alright. Spell lesson that was my answer is Cove God. Oh, hey, Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, you. Mr. Edgeworth, I brought you your tea. Oh, what's going on? What's going on? I've seen the letter resignation, which means, yeah. Justice for all, Daniel Gant.
Thanks for coming to see me off. I can't believe I'm going to Europe. Thank you, Mr. Wright. Thank you so much for everything. I'm a little sad, but I'll be alright. When I went to see Lana, all I had to do was open this book. Okay, what is this?
Let's look at the back.
Cool. Yeah, I know.
As per usual, yeah. She loves putting things in the back of things.
Indeed.
Oh, that's so cute. That's so cute. Oh, that's so cute. Ah, that's nice. Capcom. We're gonna talk to a Capcom employee now.
Capcom? You mean Crapcom? I mean, what?
Oh well. And this finally concludes Captain Saibon, the first in the franchise. Well, we should meet again. In other game perhaps. Until then, humans, fairies, and yokai.
Thank y'all for watching, and we'll catch y'all later to the next game.